Good morning, everyone. My name is Tarshen, and today I'll be talking about humor in NLP. I'll be going over the origins of humor, what makes good humor, and the ability that AI currently possesses to generate humor has been with us for a few thousand years at least. Some speculate that humor has been with us for a few million years, but as it's been proven that humor is linked to intelligence, human beings have evolved to the point to generate and perceive humor. So humor is biological, and also humor is instinctive. In the study, the first joke, exploring the evolutionary origins of humor, humor has been defined as a biological process. And like personality, it's shaped by our experiences, memories, and what we may even perceive in the world around us. Humor, in most cases, causes laughter. And this laughter incites a chemical reaction that causes a varying degree of positivity and happiness. It's thought to be instinctive since, whether we want to or not, we feel a little different after a joke has been made. And whether we laugh or not, this chemical reaction still takes place. If you've ever been in a situation where you're talking to a stranger, often people defer to humor to lighten the mood, to break the ice. It's a good way to get humans to feel more positive about engaging with someone you may not know. So, just to go over a brief history of humor in NLP, reasons why researchers may have gone down this avenue of exploring how AI may generate humor is that, as stated before, humor is biological, it's natural and instinctive. And in order to generate an artificial intelligence that can interact with humans and make conversations and be believable, going down and investigating how AI can create jokes is a good way to understand how to be more natural, how AI can be more natural and find a place in our lives. It's the key to understanding how humans work. And it's more important, it's the key for AI to be believable. If we know that we're talking to a computer, that we're interacting with something that's not real, that's not human, we may not understand it, trust it, or even interact with it in any kind of capacity. So is AI any good at telling jokes? Yes, and also no. To explain, you have to understand how you're getting these jokes. Currently, to get an AI joke, you go onto the website, look up an AI joke generator, and generate a joke. At that point, you're already asking for a joke. You're not getting told a joke when you're not expecting it. You're going onto a website, expecting a joke, expecting it to be good. And so at this point, you're setting the AI up to fail. If you've ever asked a friend to tell you a joke, many times it's not a good joke. Even if they told you it's in a situation when you're not expecting it, simply by expecting it, it changes the joke. So, expecting jokes make bad jokes. But if you approach this through a different lens or a different angle, bad jokes are good in a way. Even though you're expecting them and they're delivered through deadpan humor or very dryly, some people will see that as a good joke. So bad jokes and deadpan humor are humor that computers are good at. Computers lack any kind of physical components. Well, they do have physical components, but not human components. They don't have faces, so facial expressions, arm movements, that sort of stuff, they lack. They cannot use to deliver a good joke. So it's a joke that AI can deliver well. So the way AI typically makes jokes is jokes through meaning and referential humor. Since these forms of humor are almost solely delivered through text, meanings of words are expected. Take this joke, for example. You've all heard it before, I'm sure. I hope you have. Two fish were swimming when they both hit a wall. They each looked to each other, and one said, "Damn." I'm sure you'll understand the joke. And this is an example of humor that AI typically generates. It's obviously very terrible, but makes up in its form of meaning. From a computational point of view, it has everything a joke needs: a setup, a delivery, and double meaning. So I used an NLP generator to generate a few jokes that I'll share. The training data is generated from more than 7 years of Conan O'Brien monologue jokes. 10,000 jokes in total, featuring more than 1.6 million characters. It's a 2-layer Alice TM model with 512 hidden nodes and a dropout rate of 0.5. You should care about that. Trained using TensorFlow. So an example, the website's up there if you do wish to use this AI joke generator. So the initial text that I used was according to a recent poll, Donald Trump. Now, bear in mind that this is an AI joke generator trained from words. It has no meaning applied to these jokes, so they could be as random as you could think. According to a recent poll, Donald Trump put him as walking. According to a recent poll, Donald Trump told them Mitt Romney. One interesting fact is that a lot of these jokes, whether they feature Donald Trump poll or anything related to an election, Mitt Romney does come up quite a bit. And according to a recent poll, and this is my favorite one, Donald Trump space full stop. Just that. And that's as blunt and to the point as it could be. A few more jokes. Initial text, artificial intelligence is. Now, I'm not sure if Conan O'Brien ever used the words artificial intelligence in any of his jokes, so we'll have to see where this heads up. Artificial intelligence is everyone who should be a child. So you can see that this generator is already not quite there in attaching meaning to whatever it's generating. Artificial intelligence is in a few years, and more so to the last set of jokes, artificial intelligence is the second election. We can already sense like a kind of trend according to Conan O'Brien's jokes. So what can we conclude about an AI joke generator? Well, using the generator that I used, all the words were weighted the same. So given any kind of prompts, it could come up with anything, and meaning is not always something that features in every joke. But what we do know is that the closer that researchers and people working on these models get to attaching meaning and actually creating jokes that are understandable, that are not featured somewhere on the internet, that AI can truly come closer to being more integrated and more natural. Still far away from being perfect, it is not creative, and AI is still unable to perceive humor well. Thanks for watching.